Hello everyone and welcome back to we're in round 8 of season 13 here in Division 1, and still very much on between Felix and Kart Racer. Although they have 20 points away from each other, Felix is leading with a 20 points gap on Kart Racer. But the fight is still very much on. Now Felix is also informing me rain in the race at the end, maybe 53% at 60 minutes, before that dry, so it will be mostly dry and so on. Very late in the race there could be rain, but other than that we should be fine. So Mexico, a track where in real life Formula 1 cars use a very high downforce setup, because the air is so thin. They need as much downforce as possible. In the game, well, the game is not that advanced to achieve that kind of realism, but still, in the setup, you don't exactly have a low downforce, even with the straights that is massively long. There are still a lot of corners that are extremely important to get right, where you need a lot of downforce and cornering spin to not lose time. Now we have Finlay in the Aston Martin. Will be the first driver to complete a lap here in Mexico, and will stay on board with him. So at the main straight, very long, we're gonna reach a top speed of 331 km per hour. Now into turn 1, followed by turn 2 and turn 3, very close to each other, very fast and flowing. Now we have the DRS out of turn 3. And we're approaching the end of sector 1 for Finlay. It's 28.6, now approaching turn 4, and the very difficult braking of turn 5 as well. Very careful on the traction, as Finlay almost spins but keeps it on track. Now the very difficult corners of 6, and now the sector 2, the most tricky part of this track. This very fast sets of corners of S's. You need to get it absolutely right. If you mess up your line, even at one corner, it's over. Then you have DRS out of the SS. Sector 2 finishes with a 56.9. Now approaching turn 12 and the stadium section. Very hard on the braking, very difficult into the very slow turn 13, 14 and 15. And now very careful on the traction here with turn 16 and 17. Get the wheel straight on, and you finish it up with a 16.3 for Finlay. Now there is also the Red Bull of Tom. Okay, Tom is about to start lap. What about the others? There's a Mercedes, it's Blaster about to start. There's a McLaren. Sully is about to finish his first lap as well, coming out of the stadium section into the final corner, and his lap time will be a 17.3. So pole position will probably be in the low 16s, maybe even high 15s, like if you go extremely fast. The two Ferraris are close to the finish line. Felix is about to finish, while Jonathan has just started the lap. What will the championship leader do right now? In this first lap of qualifying, it's 15.7. There we go. Like I said, high 15s. There's the Aston Martin. No, Phantom is in the pits. It's coming out now. Yeah, it's Finlay on the in lap. There is the Red Bull of Tom. Yeah, Tom is about to finish. Sector 2 purple, but well, it's all provisional. Tom is about to finish his lap. It's 15.8. Another very fast lap, and set himself in P2, just 1 tenth away from Felix. What about the Mercedes? Is it Kart Racer? No, Kart Racer is at turn 6 and 7. Blaster is about to free. Oh, it invalidated. So we still about with Kart Racer a little bit. We see how he approaches the S section. Very fast, very flowing, and gets it very right. Sector 2 is gonna be at 56.6. So that's already an improvement based on the other drivers. Now this set of corners right here is very difficult. Oh, he gets an oversteer and he invalidates. And yeah, this just shows how difficult the stadium section is to get right. We have another Ferrari. It's not Jonathan. It's Felix, but they're on the in-laps. Phantom is about to start. Then there is Kevin on the outlap. That Red Bull is Tom. Then there's the Alpine of Pinky. And I don't think anyone's pushing her now. But Phantom will start to push soon. So the second Aston Martin driver will now start his first qualifying lap. 11 minutes and a half to go. There's still plenty of time left. Plenty of corners to gain time. So yeah. Oh, Phantom taking a lot of curb into one and also sliding a little bit of the exit that might have compromised this time a little bit. As yes, the DRS, he finishes sector 1. It's 29.1. I don't remember if that's good enough or bad enough. He gets a very stable exit though out of turn 5. And now the S section for him once again. The line needs to be as perfect, as much perfect as possible in this corner, because if you mess up only one corner through this section, you just compromise your racing line through the entire S section, and you lose yourself a lot of time. It's also, I mean, it is crucial. Oh, in front of me, it's on the exit. That's unfortunate. Now the thing is about that S section, it is obviously crucial to get right in qualifying, but also in the race. I mean, in the race, more than being fast in that section, you need to be more careful of not getting track limits. Because there, the white lines, I mean, we're already seeing right now drivers invalidating the lap very often. Yeah, track limits could be not exactly a small issue at this track. So yeah, who else is pushing now? Kevin is coming out of turn 3 now onto the DRS. And his sector 1 time will be at 28.6, so very stable on the exit. Losing time, yes, but at the same time he's preventing oversteer, and in that section oversteer it is quite easy to get if you drive with no traction control. Although Kevin still had a little bit of a slide at the S section, went just a little bit wide on the exit of the S section, but still good enough to keep it between the white lines. Now we'll see how he approaches the stadium section. The racing line is good, but the exit speed is just compromised by traction control. As Kevin finishes with a 17.5, he's effectively last between the drivers that have settled up so far. So who else do we have? We have Phantom. Is Phantom pushing? No, that time is too high. Yeah, 54. Definitely made a mistake. Blaster, actually Catcher is closer. He has a second sector purple. It was a 56.5, I believe, but now he approaches the final corner. Will he be a top challenger to get ahead of Felix once again? And indeed, it's a 15.6 for Cat Racer, sets himself into provisional pole position, 1/10 away from Felix. And once again, like we always see, these two drivers battling constantly for the win and for the pole position. We have the two Alpines. It's Pinky. Pinky is improving by 2/10. His time could be good enough even for P5 if he finds more time. And indeed, P5, it's a 16.9 for Pinky, improving by 4/10. What about Bazooka? Bazooka, I think it just started. Blaster, he just went up to P4, I guess. Yeah, that was Blaster. It's 16.3 for the Mercedes driver. Now, the only drivers without a lap so far are JM, Jeremy, Bazooka, and oh, this guy is new. I don't know how to call him. BXTN. Oh, that's gonna be difficult to say in the race. Also, Rudy has joined, so we'll be 15 drivers. Now, BXTN. at his debut, yeah, it definitely must be his debut, here in Alfa Romeo, goes down even to first gear through those corners, which, I mean, if you get the traction right, it could gain you a lot of time, but at the same time the oversteer would be so much easy to get there with the first gear. But the S section is looking very solid for the Alfa Romeo driver. Finishes sector 2, it's a 57.0. Okay, which was actually lower. Now into first gear again for the rotation, and into second gear. Second gear as well. He is using a lot of low gears, but it's a 16.4. I think the screen freeze also played a part there, because I mean, on track it looked like a 15.8, but then suddenly it went up to 16.4. There was a screen freeze towards the end of the lap. I think it might have compromised him. We have a McLaren and an Aston Martin at the stadium section. It's Phantom who is not pushing. We have Jeremy. Jeremy is about to start. Jeremy, after some very solid drives in the last races he had, he won Monza, and then I don't remember if he won France, to be honest, but it was a very solid drive indeed from him. And he is indeed making places in the championship as well. He's third. I mean, Kart Racer in second place has almost the double of Jeremy's points, who is in P3, but it's still a P3 nonetheless. Yeah, he won France, then got a P4. No, he won Monza. He got a P4 at France and a P5 at Suzuka. And we'll see how he performs today. And right now the McLaren driver is at the SS. Now sixth gear with a little bit of a lift. 7th gear on the exit, very close to the track limits. It's 57.0, shows purple, but definitely must not be purple. Taking a lot of curb on the inside there. Now the stadium section, very careful with the braking and with the traction on the exit, as he gets a little bit of a slide, but just enough to still make him go. And it's a 16.4 for Jeremy, and it's a P6. So we're already seeing some groups in this field. We have the top 3 separated by 1/10 each. Then we have from P4 to P7 separated in total by 1/10. And then we have from P8 to P12 separated by 2/10 in total, and Kevin with quite a gap, 4/10 from P12. And Rudy and JM still without a lap, but JM is coming out of the pits right now. No, I think he's coming into the pits. Yeah, Rudy joined a little bit late, but it still needs to set it up, because okay, he's coming out of the pits, and we have 3 minutes and a half left. So we are approaching the final minutes. This will be the last moments of this qualifying session, so drivers definitely need to start rushing a little bit more to get their last lap just before the race start. Right now out on track there is Rudy on the out lap, Jeremy in lap, and Phantom on the out lap. We stay on Kevin because he's pushing right now. Oh no, he braked very hard, so yeah, I think he just aborted his lap and wanted to let Rudy through, but he's staying still. What is he doing? He's going very, very, very slow. Still out of the racing line, but okay. So Rudy is about to start one right now. This will be his first and only lap of this session. We see him with the Williams drivers as he gets his lap down with only 2 minutes left before the end of qualifying. Now hard braking zone into turn 1, taking just a little bit of curb, just good enough to get the racing line right. Racing line looking very solid through turn 1, 2 and 3. The exit was very good as well. Section 1, it's 28.7. Now approaching turn 4 and then 5. Now into the very hard turn 6, and now from turn 7 to turn 11, the S section, looking very solid right there. Inside on the right, inside on the left, inside on the right. Now the left-hander, another one, very close to track limits. DRS finishes sector 2, it's 56.7, looking very strong right now. Now approaching turn 12, now 13, 14 and 15, the stadium section. A little bit of a slide, but didn't compromise his lap. Now onto the last corner, 16 and 17. Rudy will set 16.0, and it's a P4 for the Williams driver. Now everyone else is on the out lap right now, and Felix is actually the first one starting a lap out of everyone right now. Then following behind, it's the Alpine of Pinky. There is also the Red Bull of Tom starting just now. We'll stay on this panoramic view with Felix in the meanwhile. Car Tracer has started up as well. Now there's the other Alpine, it's Bazooka. Then the Mercedes of Blaster. Then the McLaren of Jeremy is also starting. Then there is an Aston Martin, it's Finlay. Now Sully as well. Now the other Ferrari of Jonathan, and now the Alfa Romeo of BX. Oh, Felix invalidated in the meanwhile, I didn't see that. So that's qualifying down for Felix. He will not challenge for pole position, but what about Car Tracer? He can definitely improve his time. We also need to look out for Tom, because he could challenge as well. But Car Tracer is improving by exactly 1/10 after sector 1. Is looking very solid. But what about Tom? I can't see his improvement. We see right now at the end of sector 2. Will the Red Bull driver challenge for pole position? He definitely can, but what is he doing now? He's improving by only 76 thousandths. That's not enough. Though, yes, he can. It's a 115.718, 20 thousandths faster than Phoenix 77.52, and Car Tracer 115.491, the pole position for this Mexico Grand Prix in Division 1. Now Jeremy sets himself into P5 and Blaster in P6. Finlay actually goes up to P2, only 8 thousandths faster than Tom. Very good lap as well. Jonathan across the line, it's in P12 only, and I think that might be it. Yeah, everyone crossed the finish line, so that's it. Qualifying is done. This is the grid order for the race. We'll see in just a few minutes. Car Tracer is on pole position with 3/10 away from P2. In P2 there is Finlay, Tom and Felix extremely close to each other. Finlay 8 thousandths faster than Tom, 20 thousandths faster than Felix. Then we have Rudy in P5 and Jeremy in P6. Also Rudy very slightly faster than Jeremy. Blaster will start in P7 and BX will start in P8. And we see the rest of the results in just a few seconds, as the camera shows again that Car Tracer got the pole position in here at the Mexico Grand Prix. Then after BX in P8 we have Bazooka in P9 and Pinky in P10, who is only 2 thousandths faster than Sully in P11, who is 50 thousandths faster than Jonathan in P12. Then we have Phantom in P13, Kevin in P14, JM with no lap time set, he will start in P15. So the three-time world champion right now will start in pole position, and he definitely needs to start gaining those 20 points back from Felix if he wants that third champion, the third championship in a row. He won 2 in a row, but in his career he has 3, as Felix has 4, if my memory is correct. Well, Kevin actually posted the statistics not a while ago, I can check from there. So let me see. I need to scroll quite a bit to see that. Yeah, I was correct. Felix has 4 championships. Catch Racer has 3, with 2 being won in a row in the last 2 seasons. And if he wants to win the 3rd in a row and also the 4th in his career to equal Felix, he definitely needs to start soon, to gain soon those 20 points back in the driver standings. There is also the constructors. Ferrari is still fighting with Mercedes, but there is a bigger gap. Ferrari is leading with a 23 points gap from Mercedes in P2. Now, as you can see, it's all very sunny. As Felix said, the race will be dry. If there is rain, it will be very, very late. And there we go. 3, 4, 5 red lights for the Mexican Grand Prix in Division 1. It's lights out, and away we go as Car Chaser gets a very good start from pole position, and now we will see a lot of moves into this very long and also very wide main straight. Most of the drivers are starting on hards, some of the mediums, as Car Chaser is defending the inside, and there is a little bit of contact between Felix and Tom, but they keep it on track. There is quite a lot of battling. A lot of cars going side by side. It's a McLaren spinning. It's Jeremy. Jeremy has been spun around. He's down in P15. That is compromised already at the start. Now Tom is in P2 and Felix in P3. We have a lot of moves. The McLaren of Sully now spun, and also the Alpine of Bazooka. A lot of chaos in this first lap. I also saw the Aston Martin of Finlay going a little bit sideways, but now onto the S section. It will be very tough for these drivers. McLaren had a terrible start to this race. Now they're both down into P14 and P15, but Car Chaser is still having a very solid start, still keeping the lead. But let's watch out for Tom, because he has the tire advantage for now. We'll see if he will be making a move, but BX is making a move on Finlay on the inside of the last corner. Who's gonna be ahead between the Aston Martin and the Alfa Romeo? They are still side by side. Now it's just a drag race before turn 1, but Finlay stays ahead for now. So lap 1 is done. Car Chaser is still leading. McLaren needs to have a bit of a recovery race tonight. As you can see, all the drivers getting through turn 1, 2 and 3, and Car Chaser doing everything he can to build a gap from Tom on the mediums right behind him. But Felix at the same time he needs to stay close to the Red Bull, because DRS will be enabled from the next lap. It's gonna be absolutely crucial, because you already have high or medium downforce on this track, so DRS will be essential to not lose time on the straights and obviously to get the overtakes done. But now we're approaching the end of lap 2, and we will have the DRS enabled only after turn 3, because the DRS detection for the main DRS it's before. So lap 3 has just started and DRS is indeed enabled, as we can see. Drivers will already open the rear wing flap at the exit of turn 3. What about Tom? He definitely has DRS right now. Does he? No? Wait, oh wait, yeah, because the DRS detection is before the last corner, so yeah, they didn't have DRS. The DRS will be after the S section though. But the gaps are still staying quite the same for now. I'm not seeing any major changes. Oh, we have this beautiful sky view of the cars through the S section. But now Tom, he indeed opens his rear wing, getting just a little bit closer, but the timer will not be gained in here. It will be gained at the main straight. Oh, this view is beautiful at the stadium section. Now Tom and Felix will definitely be looking forward to open the DRS. There we go, finally the Red Bull and the Ferrari have the DRS open and they're approaching car chase. What about Tom? He's gonna attempt down the inside of turn 1 and he gets ahead even before the braking zone, so that's nice and clean, as car chaser now is in P2, defending from Felix but also attacking to get the position back, although actually Tom still has the DRS, so Felix will be not making any moves, just getting closer to Car Tracer, but now Tom is indeed leading the Mexican Grand Prix for now, and he needs to hold it on until the next lap, as they will switch positions once again. You see, that's actually a very hard thing to... It's a very hard thing for the drivers to manage, because you have very long DRS zones, one right after the other, with only one DRS detection point. So even if you overtake on the main straight, you will still have DRS on the DRS zone after that. It's very difficult, and it will be very crucial for the drivers to manage this situation during the race. But Tom is leading, but will be leading for long? Maybe yes, maybe not, because Caches and Felix open their rear wings. Indeed, as Caches has a look up on the inside and he gets the move done, he is still leading and he will still have DRS after turn 3. Felix is not making a move, he's just staying still in P3, just getting closer but not getting any overtakes done. Or maybe yes, no, he just has a look on the inside, but yeah, it would have been very ambitious to attempt something there. Oh, and Blaster gets a 3-second time penalty. There we go. The first track limits penalty of the race goes to Blaster. Already on lap 5. 3 warnings, 3 seconds for you. That's how it goes. But now it looks like that the closest fight is for the podium positions. But we should also look out for the midfield, because we have quite a bit of a train here going on. As Pink is getting followed by pretty much everyone. Phantom, Jonathan, Bazooka, Jeremy and Sully, all very close to each other. Jonathan is staying even closer to Phantom than the other drivers. Maybe we will see positions changing even in this midfield fight. But what about the top field? Because Felix has DRS, but so does Tom, and it is not enough. Tom has a look up on the inside, but it's not enough. What about the midfield runners? Phantom actually made the move on Pinky. Pinky is getting overtaken by Jonathan as well. They're side by side through turn 1. There is no contact, but Pinky is staying ahead, defending the inside, but Jonathan attempted to switch back, and they both have a little bit of oversteer. They're bump drafting each other through the DRS zone, but Jonathan will attempt something on the outside of turn 4. Nobody attempts the switch back, and he gets touched from behind by Bazooka. Bazooka still staying very close. We have a very close fight between Pinky, Jonathan and Bazooka. The 2 Alpines between the Ferrari and also the McLaren following right behind. Jonathan attempting the switchback multiple times, but yeah, unfortunately he couldn't close it, he couldn't get it done. We'll go to the top field once again, because Rudy is also effectively joining this fight for the podium. The top 4 are the one, but most of them are being done. Jonathan, Jeremy, Bazooka, but also Rudy and Felix. Rudy gets the position of Felix, is up into P3, but he doesn't overtake Tom. But they're staying very close. They're just barely 1/10 apart from each other, these top 4 runners right now, with Tom leading, Catracer in P2, Rudy in P3 and Felix out of the podium for now, but they're still fighting, and they will fight for pretty much the whole race, I reckon, with 3 hard runners and only 1 medium runner with Tom. And oh, Sully has disconnected, and yeah, that's unfortunate. He needs to join as soon as possible. Second time penalty for the Alpine driver. and I think he did got it in the S section. That just confirms my theory how the white lines at the S's will be very hard to respect. 36 laps we have, and Catch Racer gets the move done on Tom. And now Rudy and Tom are also going side by side through turn 2 and now into turn 3, and Catch Racer with a beautiful exit. He's building quite a lot of gap from the drivers behind. They just lost chasing the race leader for now, with who built quite a big gap out of turn 3. Oh, we have the glitch of the stream again. I didn't have it before, so I thought it could hold on, but I'll get it back in just a few seconds.